everyone to the LEC post-game lobby after an absolutely bonkers day. My name is Sjokz and I'm joined by Vedius and in a second also by Armut. But look what I got. Yes, I got it off the casters. I don't know what it's going to be doing, but I'm very excited.
Power of the button.
Down to try?
Let's find out.
All right. Ooh. Oh, it's a dolphin.
It's a...
Oh, this is great. I love it. Sorry I got so excited, but I really love dolphins. So thank you, Button. Very much appreciated. Someone who's like tuning in out of context will be like, what the hell has happened? Well, we'll tell you what has happened. A lot of crazy stuff. Armut is joining us, as said, in a second. But first off, Vedi, can I get kind of a first reaction of what you were thinking when you came into this Super Week and kind of everything that was up in the air, but kind of decided for a lot of teams
I thought that this week would be a battle for 6th. I thought that the main conversation would be about Sjokz, XL, and Misfits. And I thought that, honestly, they would have lost a lot, and then it would be coming down in tomorrow. And our conversation would be, well, who's going to be taking that last spot? And it would be like Sjokz versus Misfits, fighting for it. And then maybe if they get lucky, XL can be in that conversation too. I was not expecting the teams that have lost to lose, and I wasn't expecting to have like a flip of the league where everyone at the bottom of the standings was beating everyone at the top of the standings.
It's nuts. G2, 2 games lost in a row. Mad yesterday with a crazy loss versus Misfits in a game they should have won, but today they get their revenge. Very against the FLICKR.
Yeah. I will say that G2's drafts have been a little weird in this final week. They could be trying out new stuff. They could just be trying to have a little bit of fun leading into playoffs. We know that once they lock playoffs, that team does get a little fast and loose, but that FLICKR pick definitely not paying off. I think you could see that. I think for many teams, you get caught off guard by a pick like that, not for Kaiser. Kaiser was like, level 1, diving in, we're diving, we're fighting, we're going all in as often as possible. And Mickey got punished quite a lot for the pick. Wonder doing his best Baus impression, maximizing that passive to the fullest. Yeah, overall, I think that G2 got punished, aptly so, by Mad.
That they did. And I think we have Armut joining us right now as well. I think he has dialed in. Hello, Armut.
Oh, hello.
Hi, nice to see you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to see you as well. So we were just talking about the FLICKR pick, which of course you beat it, but it's always, I guess, a little bit of a scare when you see something coming out in a draft that you didn't expect. So what was the reaction?
I mean, we were like, okay. Because I think they were practicing FLICKR into Rakan, most likely, and they said like, they are already first place or second, I don't know. I mean, they guaranteed the playoffs, so they were just wanted to try new things, if it's working in stage or not. It didn't.
True, it didn't. How was your time up in the top lane in this game specifically?
My top, I mean, I felt like Jankos was playing against me because like I couldn't do much. I mean, but Elioya was speaking to me that I'm taking his all both side camps. I was like, okay, I'm not taking the farms as tanker, I guess. I don't need that much. I mean, if you compare to Rek'Sai, like I'm really fine with it, you know? But I think they freeze the top wave for like 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah. So I was like totally out of the game.
Yeah, but do you feel like Gragas is a good champion or a decent champion to at least fall behind up in terms of do you feel like you have enough tools, even with your team composition, even if you fell behind, to have an impact in the team fights?
I mean, I would say I'm more useful than Rek'Sai. Like, if Rek'Sai have gold, he's much scarier. But like, tank Gragas gonna do his job anyway, no matter how much gold he have. I mean, of course, if he have more gold, he will have like better items. He will be more tanky. But like, I mean, I didn't get gold. Rek'Sai didn't get gold, so it was really good for our. Yeah, it was really good for our side.
I'm curious, Armut. At the beginning of the split, we saw a lot of the, I would say, like classic Armut picks. We got to see a bit of Wukong. We got to see a couple crazy other stuff. And it feels to me as though you've been playing a decent number of carries towards the first half. Now you've been playing the Gragas. I have also seen a few tanks here from you. Do you think that your play pan has shifted? Is it something to do with Mad? Like, what do you think your role is on the team right now and your responsibilities as a top laner?
I mean, I would like to be more carry player right now because I'm like more active with carry players right now because tank meta was like not in the meta, so I'm a bit rusty with the tanks, especially with my Gragas is like not good.
Right.
So
What, you're blaming it?
my sign is good. Like my sign is, I would say, is decent, but my Gragas, I'm not playing Gragas for a long time, so I was a bit nervous when I picked them today. Right now, because I played many carry champions lately, like Jace, Wukong, Aatrox, Gnar, blah blah blah, I'm more comfortable with them right now. But when tank meta comes, I will be more comfortable with tanks. Like what I play, what I became more successful with the champs. So I don't really care. I'm tank or carry. I'm just gonna like which one is the best for my team, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk a bit about you and the Mad Lions. First off, of course, you have a long history in the TCL, and it was really cool that we get to welcome you. You now also in the LEC, and the Mad Lions was quite a hyped team to come into. How has the audience reception been in terms of, you know, the TCL fans who probably still follow you, the new fans that you've made so far?
Yeah.
How are the reactions?
How are the reactions? Like at first, people were like saying, "You guys beat Mad Lions with Supermassive. Why did you leave to like worst team?" They say. But like we beat them in best of 5, but that doesn't make us we were better than the Mad Lions. I'm really happy that I'm in the Mad Lions right now. Like the coaching stuff, organization, players, everything is really amazing here. So I'm really like happy with my decisions. And for the fun stuff, like I have many fans from TCL. They are still supporting me right now. And after like carrying games like against, for example, my Gnar versus Fnatic, I got many outside of Turkey fans as well. So after like playing some good games, I also get many good messages from the other countries, other fans. So it's pretty good. I mean, sometimes when you lose, people are saying bad words, but it's fine.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're so innocent. You're like, oh, sometimes you say bad words. We know, dude. So that brings me actually to my next question, because you have such a unique perspective in that you were at Worlds where you were able to scrim the Mad Lions and then play and beat the Mad Lions in a best of 5, and now you're in that team. With the success that Mad Lions already had last year, what do you feel has improved about the lineup as a whole? And do you think that this lineup that you're in now could do better than they did last year? And why?
Okay. So when I came to this team, I was like really surprised in scrims because like my team was like macro gods. Like they were knowing so much things about the game. And I was like, why you guys didn't use against us when we were facing each other at first? Because like at first we were just random fighting kinda, and we won the team fights. But like I was really surprised. They're like so much better. But like inverse, they didn't perform that well. So I'm really happy that they have like this power in their pocket, which will give us like many opportunities in the future, I guess. And they're like helping me a lot to improve myself, laning, macro-wise, micro-wise, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm improving so much from even like every player is helping me, and my coaching staff is doing an amazing job. We are all improving really fast, I would say. So we have like so much better, huge potential than last year's Mad Lions compared to Leah.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like that so far. One last question I want to ask you specifically on your team is about Elyoya, because your team is such a cool, unique blend of, on the one hand, then more experienced players now, you know, the bot lane and the mid laner for sure. You're also quite experienced with your TCL experience, and Elyoya really is the newest player, and he's been tipped by some people as the rookie of the split, maybe. What can you say about him?
When first we signed Elyoya, I didn't know about him. Like, who is this random? I was like a bit like I had some like doubts in my mind because like I didn't know him, and like we signed 3 years together. So if we were like playing bad, I would be really sad. But like he's amazingly, really, really good actually. So I'm really lucky, and like I'm really happy to have him. He's a really nice guy and he's playing really insane. He's like really smart in game too. He's helping a lot. Yeah, I mean, I'm really grateful that he's in our team. It was good decision by Mad Lions, for sure.
So I have one question for you myself, Armut. You have locked playoffs, right? But it seems that you do have a bit of a kryptonite in Hirit. I don't know if you know this, but you're actually 0-4 competitively against Hirit. It seems that you cannot beat him. So, can you tell me what is your rivalry against Hirit and what is your relationship? And do you think you can beat him?
I mean, I think last game, it was yesterday actually, I think my laning I was kind of stomping him. My laning was pretty good against him yesterday, so I'm really confident that I can beat him. I mean, I have actually 0-4 against him. 2 from TCL, right?
Yep.
2 from TCL, 2 from LEC, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's playing really good in the fights, especially yesterday. Like, he did an amazing job in the team fights. Yeah, I mean, they deserve to win. We kind of deserve to lose, to be honest. We should have won yesterday's game. We were like really ahead. We just trolled a bit, I would say. Yeah.
I agree.
It seems to be a lot of that going around because as we look at the standings, we came into this week having you guys already locked for playoffs as well as Rogue and G2, and the expectation was that Fnatic and SK, since they only needed 1 win, would kind of lock, and then it would be up to that 6th spot, Vedius, but that is not what happened.
No, we've had a lot of surprising upsets. The fact that Misfits did beat Mad Lions was a big surprise yesterday as well. Of course, kept Misfits in the race for playoffs, but why do you think so many games are so crazy right now in the final week?
Oh, actually, yeah, I have no idea, to be honest. Like, even in an A, it's like this, right?
Yeah.
Like, every good team is like losing the other side of the team. I mean, I don't want to say bad teams.
Worst place teams.
It's like, yeah.
So in my opinion,
it's
Armut,
really weird, yeah.
maybe you can tell me what you think. I think that a lot of the middle and lower of the pack teams actually have a lot of I think individually very talented players. I think of Sjokz, and I think how Broken Blade and Limit have really been stepping up. I think of Misfits, and I think of how Hirit has had some fantastic games. Kobe and Vito have been getting a lot better. And when you go through the list, I feel like that each team actually has a really standout player or two. And I think that they're actually keeping the bottom teams quite competitive with some of the middle to the top back of the teams. Would you say that this is part of the reason why they're being able to? I actually think the LEC has quite a lot of good players this.
Your question is...
Yeah, I'm not an interviewer, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think also the reason they are winning, because they are really hungry to be in playoffs, and they have the tempo right now. I mean, Misfits and Sjokz right now, they are coming really hard, rough. So they are fighting for their life, kind of. I mean, sorry, what was your question?
Yeah, I don't know either, Armut, and I'm sitting next to him.
I'm mainly just thinking, because there are so many good players, do you think that the league right now is actually quite good? Or do you think that a lot of teams are misplaying, and that's why a lot of the top teams are kind of floundering? I mean, it's perfectly fine to say that you think that the LEC, there's a lot of not great teams right now.
I think that's a good topic, because people keep saying that they're not sure why people are is the LEC's level just not high right now, and is that what's happening? So maybe you want to answer that.
I think Rogue and G2 are they're really high level compared to the others, in my opinion. And then it comes to Mad Lions, and I don't know who comes after us actually. I would say this top 3 team is good. The first 2 is really, really good. But I don't know who is the fourth one. I don't see any team coming to my mind when I think about the fourth one. So I'm not so sure actually.
I think that is exactly what the issue is of right now, right? Because for sure, Mad, fantastic moments. Rogue and G2 have been consistently good. Not as much this week, but but then after that, you have such an enormous fluctuation of level in a Fnatic, in a Misfits, in an SK, that's what's kind of tearing everything down, because if you don't have a consistent level and you only have these, then yeah, of course you're not going to be able to climb if you keep dropping games for no reason and then having to fight for your playoff spot.
Yeah, I agree. And I've been debating a lot, is it inconsistency? Are the teams that were bad during the regular season getting better? Just certain players popping off, or are the top teams getting worse? I think that's the kind of essence that I've been trying to get to, but it seems that Armut doesn't have any idea either.
No,
and it seems that there's a lot of question marks as to what's actually happening in our league.
I mean, I think everyone expects Fnatic to be third or fourth because their roster seems really strong for their names. But they are like having some issues. I mean, that's how it looks like at least. I don't know what's this. What's
Well, what
their
does it
problem,
look like? What does it look like to you? If you see
What does
their
it look
games?
like?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a top lane, so I'm looking for a top lane side. I mean, they are red side, fifth pick. I mean, they are giving to BVPO, but they never have a counter pick. I mean, as a top lane, which comes like this is what I see, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a bit weird. Yeah.
Yeah, you always
I mean,
have this
but
big
of course
smile
this
if
is
you're
not
afraid
the
of
only
something wrong. Yeah.
This is not the only thing why Fnatic
No, no.
is doing like this.
No, of course not. Not throwing yourself under the bus then, don't worry. But I have, one team that in particular that I want to talk about, especially with Mr. Vedius, because his mother is a huge fan of Excel, and it's the best time to be a fan of Excel. 2 amazing upsets. They beat G2, they beat Rogue, they need to beat Schalke tomorrow. Vedius, what are you thinking? And more importantly, what does your mom think?
My mom has not actually texted me.
What?
She hasn't texted me once. Yeah, it's crazy. I think that she's just, like, she might be leaving me alone because it's the final week. But yeah, the fact that XL are so close, I'm not sure that it's actually in their control, though, because they are a win behind everyone else.
Right, it isn't, but they do need to win.
But if they get that win tomorrow, yeah, it could be huge. And the crazy thing is it's against Schalke,
Yeah.
which is just that. When I looked at this weekend, I thought maybe they could beat Schalke. The fact that they've beaten G2 and Rogue, I think that, like, they're looking on fire. This could be the opportunity.
All right, we'll ask Armut then. So we've got Mad Rogue and G2 are locked in. We have 3 spots left, and we have Fnatic, SK, Misfits, Schalke, and Excel. That's correct, right? Did I
Yep.
forget anyone? So who's getting to playoffs?
So tomorrow Schalke is playing versus Exa, right?
Yep.
Let's take a look at the schedule, actually,
And-
so you can help make your decision.
Because I want to see who Misfits plays to play against.
Here we go. So Misfits is playing Vitality, Excel's playing Schalke, Astral is Mad, so that's just you guys, G2, SK, oof, and Fnatic Rogue.
So what happens if Misfits and Schalke won same time, same day? I mean,
So if
they're
everyone-
kind of equal right now, right?
Yeah, if everyone wins out of Misfits, XL, and Schalke, which is impossible actually, so that tie doesn't work. I think XL actually...
Not Excel.
Oh,
Misfits and Schalke?
Yeah, in Misfits and Schalke, if they both win, what happens?
I believe XL has the better head-to-head.
Well, things get kind of crazy
Yeah, we need
because
Medic.
Misfits and Schalke, if they tie with Fnatic, I think Fnatic is in serious trouble because Fnatic don't actually have great head-to-head records against many of the middle-of-the-pack teams.
Yeah.
So Fnatic fans should be worried about Misfits winning and about Schalke winning. But if Fnatic wins and if SK wins, either or, then they can lock a spot in play.
Yes, so obviously it's very complicated and we don't really know, so just like on feeling, who do you think makes it to the playoffs?
I think Schalke and Misfits kind of deserving this week. I felt like they should be in playoffs. Yeah. I mean, can they be both in the playoffs?
You're asking hard questions. I want to say, you know what? I don't know because I already had the fish show in my DMs being like, when are we out and when are we in? And I'm like, I don't know. But luckily, we've got someone who does know. All the information will be on Twitter, and of course tomorrow we'll give you a very clear picture of everything that needs to happen tomorrow, depending on who you're rooting for. So don't worry there. Yeah, that was it. We're gonna let you go, Armut, but first I would like to take a selfie with you.
Okay.
And Vedius, because, it would be rude
'Cause I'm
not
here.
to include him. Oh, I wonder if the button will do anything else. Nope. My producer says no. I'm still going to press it. Alrighty. It's me. It's Armut. And yay. Lovely. Fantastic.
Thank you,
so much,
Armut.
Armut.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Good luck
for
in
having
playoffs
me.
and tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, that was all from us here in Berlin. Across the Atlantic, as always, you can watch TSM versus Immortals. We'll be back tomorrow, the last day of the regular season. See you then. Perfect.
Right now, G2 G2 and Rogue are actually locked in top 2. Mad have also locked a spot in the playoffs. SK and Fnatic both only need a single win to make it into playoffs, and Sjokz, Misfits, and XL are the remaining 3 teams who are fighting for a single spot.
We will be going in. Are you ready? Press the button! Okay. Sometimes hard to highlight in pro games as... He just broke his ankles!
The setup is there, the shockwave goes wide, but here comes the stolen ultimate, and it looks like it might just be enough. The snare comes in, Jessica comes flying in from downtown. He's ready to finish the job, but Jezu says not today. It will be the 1-for-1. The quadra kill comes in for the Kai'Sa.
So I'm not that familiar with Formula 1, but I know that when there's an accident, they have like that car at the front that goes really slowly.
Sure.
And I feel like that is what Renekton is in this comp. That little car that's trying to
Mate, I hate to break it to you, I think Renekton's the accident.
This win does not lock XL, but it gets them darn well close. Inspired, pulled back to the Magna Storm. A 3-man sleep, and here comes the follow-up. Torre diving in, and that's a double. Larson taken out, and XL have excelled. This is excellent, exceptional. Razork still on the chase. Sobe switches to Phoenix. Kobe dashes in. Looking for the first kill on Hylissang. Hylissang gets the knockback, and Kobe will get the reset off that explosive shot, and he can jump right back in. A double. Looking for the triple as he lands right on the head of Niski, and Kobe is now popping off in this game.
I've got to dive on the top side.
Whipper goes in with the dominance, the leap away from here, and flash over to the other side. Whipper, one more tower shot, is that enough? Here it gets the 1v1, and now Selfmade's dead as well.
Mickey,
Flash,
boy.
ignite. Mickey does have a flash of his own, because he's going to flash chase. The event horizon connects this minion auto attack. So enough. First blood to Kai'Sa with an assist to the minions.
Where,
Rocking a bit, 1, 2, 3, looking for the reset, won't quite get it. Waiting on the pullback, flash out from Crown Shot, the flash will pull back through. Now he's gonna finish the job. Neon, clean pickup on the double daggers at the end of that trade. Maybe it gets a little bit easier to get some attention on the top side, just to the bottom side. Feels pretty good. Abadage though, fishing for a solo kill.
Should I send us in?
Send
Should
us
I
in.
do it? Okay!